I'm really bad at trying to fix myself and improve my life. And for a while I didn't know what to do. I felt like I could never start a new productive habit or fix a problem in my life and just generally feel like I was progressing as a human being. And and one thing that I think finally worked is I read a bunch of self-help books and stuff, and what ended up kind of working out was the change your environment type thing. And it's this idea that the world you live in and the environment that you go through is influences how you view your life and what you do. And at a really small level, it's stuff like making your bed every day and having a clean room lets you just feel more fulfilled, and you have a better start to your day, so you just go about life feeling better, more satisfied, and you have a good day and you have a good week and stuff like that. And I didn't realize how useful this was until I'm a person where I'm able to just accept the circumstances of the situation, and that's just how it is. I one time I spilled garbage across my room at some point for a while, and it was just left there, and instead of spending the 10 minutes to clean it up, I just walked around it for 2 months. Or my door handle was broken for a while, and instead of trying to fix it, I just kept having to push the door really hard. And I did that for a while too, and eventually it was fixed and it was fine. But it's I could have easily gone out and solved all those issues pretty quickly, but rather than take the time, I just didn't. And for a while I thought I was just a bad person, and while obviously that's not a good quality to have, I realized that I was approaching the situations wrong, where I I don't know what I'm saying. I guess a different example that kind of works is I really wanted to learn French. I really wanted to learn a language. And the problem is, it felt like this insurmountable obstacle of I need to go out and buy a textbook, I need to study it every day, and I need to learn all this grammar and stuff. And that felt really impossible for me to fit into my life. I didn't know how to do it. And it felt like I was just out in the middle of this desert, and I didn't know which direction to walk because all I saw was sand around me. I don't know where the water was going to be. And what I ended up doing is I found this flashcard app called Anki. And all it does is it just shows you flashcards of words every day that you haven't already seen, and it shows you flashcards of words you have seen that you can review. And every day it shows me 30 new words, and I review 100 previous words. And I've been doing that for the past 3 weeks. And what I do is I just right before I go to bed, I open it up for 15 minutes and just learn 15 new French words, or 30 French words or whatever. And every month goes by now, and all I've learned 1,000 words. And I just need to know a little bit of really, really basic grammar, and I took Spanish in school, so it's close enough. And and now I'll be able to just speak French, and honestly I'll probably be able to read it better than anything else, and I'll have to listen, I have to write and practice and talk to people and all that, whatever. But it was just by simply setting in this thing that was able to creating a really simple direct route to just easily do French. I didn't have to work and create this thing. I could just easily press this app on my home screen, open it up, and do it every time. And it was dumb and simple, and it wasn't complex, and it's not going to take me to France or anything, but it works. And regardless or not, I'm going to be 1% better than I was the day before every time. And I think that's really useful. Another thing I did was I also put how on iPhones you can make a website an app, you can put it on your homepage. I did that for the flashcards, and I put it in the exact same place where I previously had Instagram, and then I moved Instagram. And because of that, every time my brain reflexively wants to open Instagram, it goes to where the flashcards are and opens up the flashcards instead. And I keep doing that and open the flashcards, and then 9 times out of 10, I just do the flashcards instead and completely forget about Instagram in the first place. And it works really well. I did this for the whole thing. I moved a bunch of like bad apps off my home screen, and now my homepage is like my notes app, the flashcards, and like the New York Times. So now every time I open my phone, like the environment is just primed for like just like wise, productive things rather than like hours on TikTok or whatever. And like it's not like I chose to fix my willpower and just be better at not doing like bad stuff, but I simply just made it harder to obtain the bad stuff. I just made the route to making good decisions so much like easier to navigate. Now instead of like choosing to do Instagram, my first instinct is can just like I don't have to choose. It just the first thing I can do would be flashcards instead of Instagram. It's harder to do Instagram, so the path less travel or easier to travel is flashcards. Sorry, I was rambling. But yeah, so I think all in all, what I'm trying to say is it, it doesn't matter if like you can't figure out how to like you don't need to feel like it's your fault and your dumb brain is making you unable to do stuff. Try changing like your environment. Try figuring out a way to outsource your what you want to do. If you can figure out a way to like create a habit through like an external method, then do that. I mean, it worked for me, and I think that honestly, as you know, a fellow young person who's dealing with the struggles of like modern life and the depression and all the struggles everybody goes through in the internet and social media and blah blah blah. I think that like any method you can find to solve it, even if it's not what people tell you is the right method, I think that's great. So yeah, change your environment. It'll change you. Let me know if this actually helped anybody. It'd be cool. If anybody's got any cool stories about this, I love to hear them. Anybody got any cool tips to share about changing the environment? I'm always looking to improve my life.